Now, here we back again with part two. I'm going to tell you that there are very few transactions that we do at this point that aren't subject tos. And not that because we don't have other options, because we do. We've been in this business long enough, 22 years, that now we have people around that can put money up for us, that sort of things. But subject tos are just easy and they're very profitable. And that's the front end of this system. So we're going to be acquiring the property subject to the mortgage, and we're going to be turning around and resell that property using an exceptional lease option document and technique, which we're going to give you. Now, if and when you actually understand it and learn how to explain it to a tenant buyer, which we're going to teach you how to do, you're going to find out that it's not difficult to use. Now, the documents we give you does a lot to protect you, and it's really hard for you to have any trouble and mess up, okay? That's the purpose of it. Our system is acquiring properties and houses subject to, and then selling them on lease options. That's how this works. So just so you know, right, we're not going to be covering other strategies like wholesaling, selling land, rehabbing, those sort of topics. A lot of money in those things, in those strategies, but that's not the topic of discussion we're going to be covering here in this group. This is subject to the existing mortgage, the best around when it comes to a downturn, all right? So first, we're going to start off in the course what we consider to be the most single important topic that we're going to cover the entire time. And that is, how do you find opportunities that to acquire properties subject to the mortgage? These so-called gurus of real estate don't tell you the whole story. They tell you all the nifty little legal things, but they don't tell you how to find opportunities to actually use those strategies. That's where we come in. That's where we start if you decide to take the course. Now, obviously, if you decide to take it, there's going to be lots of paperwork, it is, and documents, but we start with what's most important, and that is marketing to find opportunities to acquire property subject to so that you don't have to use your own cash or credit. So the topic that we're going to cover is how to qualify homeowners sellers. In other words, where and how do we do our marketing, our advertising to get people to do what? Call us. We don't call people. We don't knock on doors. We don't even buy leads, folks. Okay? We actually get people to call us. And what we got to do is some things when they do call us to qualify them. So with that in mind, what we're going to do is provide you basic verbiage via script that you can just read when the homeowners call you. That's the key here. You're not calling them. You're not going to be doing cold calling. They're going to be halfway sold because you're going to put your marketing out. They're going to know what you do, all right? And you'll be able to get all the information you're going to need from them. With this course, you're going to have the opportunity to really make some money. We're going to give you a property fact sheet that you'll have space on it for all the information that you need about the property that your homeowner will absolutely give to you. They're going to give this information up to you voluntarily, right? So we're also going to give you the very best purchase and sale agreement for subject to transaction that you will ever see in the market. It's far away the very best. That's right. It's subject to contract and agreement. And we're not only going to give it to you, we're going to teach you how to use it and what it's about. You're going to have knowledge. You're going to sound knowledgeable. It's going to be a skill. All right. And we're going to teach you how to do due diligence on the property to make sure that what you're getting, what you think you're getting is what you're getting, because it's really easy to get messed up. I'm going to teach you how to avoid that. That's right. So after that, we're going to teach you how to close. Very important. Exactly what paperwork needs to be done. We're going to teach you to a level so that you'll understand it. So if you do decide to get an attorney, maybe you have one, closing attorney, whatever, and whatnot, you'll be able to teach them. Because believe it or not, a lot of attorneys that we run to don't understand how to do these type of transactions. We're going to teach you enough so that you'll understand and be well enough to teach them. How about them apples, right? So we're also going to teach you what documents should and should not be filed at the courthouse, because there are certain things you got to do, and how to handle other issues like property insurance, that sort of thing, keeping in mind that at this point, that in progression, hopefully you actually acquired a property and it's under your possession and ownership and you have it. So what we're going to do at this point is marketing. Once you get a property, you got to market it to find who? The tenant buyers. And just so you know, a tenant buyer is nothing more than someone who buys a property under a lease option or a lease purchase or rent-to-own contract from you. And here's the good news about that. It's easy. It's the easiest part of this business in general to find tenant buyers, and we're going to teach you how to do that, right? So we're going to teach you how to qualify them, and we're going to teach you how to have a complete phone script so you won't waste your energy and time going to visit a property, showing up the property to tenants, buyers who have no hope of being qualified, tire kickers. We don't want none of that. We're very experienced. We're going to show you how to avoid that, right? So we're going to show you some ways to qualify them, get things done. And right after that is the closing paperwork for the lease option. This is where we're going to get into an excellent lease option document and techniques. Let me tell you, the documents that we have are the most aggressive and powerful lease option documents that you will ever see. It's going to blow your mind at how much and how thoroughly this document covers the very type of situation that can arise, all right? So I know you got a lot of questions, but hold on, all right? So peace be unto you. This is just the second part. Subject